Your alarm goes off. Your eyes aren't even fully open yet, and somehow your hand is already reaching for your phone. This isn't a habit you chose. The real reason is far stranger than you think. Your brain built this reflex before you were even conscious enough to decide anything, and it happens faster than actual waking up does. Sleep researcher Matthew Walker has studied how the brain transitions out of sleep and found that motor reflexes can activate before full cortical awareness returns. In simple terms, your body can move before your mind is actually online. The reaching happens in that gap. Why would reaching for a phone become an automatic reflex at all? Because of something psychologists call a habit loop. A cue, a routine, a reward, repeated enough times that the brain stops needing conscious thought to run it. Neuroscientist Anne Graybiel, who studies habit formation, found that once a behavior becomes automatic, it gets stored in a part of the brain called the basal ganglia, largely bypassing the slower, more deliberate prefrontal cortex. Your alarm is the cue. Reaching for the phone is the routine. And even a tiny hit of novelty, a notification, a message, anything new, is the reward. Do that enough mornings in a row, and the loop no longer needs your conscious permission to run. This is where it gets stranger. Psychologist Wolfram Schultz's research on dopamine found that anticipation of an uncertain reward creates a stronger neural response than the reward itself. You don't know what's waiting on that screen. That uncertainty is exactly what makes the reach so automatic, so early, so hard to resist. Think about what's actually happening in that half second. Your prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for decisions, impulse control, weighing whether this is a good idea, is still partially offline. But the habit loop stored in your basal ganglia doesn't need it. It already has its instructions. There's a reason this specific habit formed so easily. Phones deliver exactly the kind of unpredictable reward that habit loops latch onto hardest. Some mornings there's something interesting. Some mornings there's nothing. Your brain can't predict which, so it just keeps checking. The same mechanism behind slot machines, just repackaged as a bedside routine. Researchers studying morning phone use found that most people check their phones within the first few minutes of waking, often before getting out of bed, and frequently describe doing it without a clear memory of deciding to. That's not carelessness, that's a habit loop running exactly as designed, faster than conscious thought, before your mind has even finished booting up for the day. So the next time you catch your hand already on your phone before you fully opened your eyes, notice what actually happened. You didn't choose that. A loop built from repetition did, running quietly in the background of your brain, waiting for the exact cue it was trained to respond to. You didn't wake up and decide to check your phone. Some part of you had already decided, long before you were even awake enough to ask.